How are you?
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Wow, new era. No more, no more Discord live streams. And for those that were there, we will never have a sound problem again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for everyone tuning in. First ever lab live stream. And yeah, I'm excited. I've had I say we and the team have had a lot of effort that's gone into this, so I'm excited. It's a new era for us. I think that those that have been in support of the lab, it's just a lot more of what we previously did, and again, just on YouTube for everyone to watch. So yeah, Alex, I don't know if you want to kick us off, go through the news.
Yeah, absolutely. Can we pull up the new screen, please? Hope everyone's having a good morning. You guys will kind of get used to the flow here. We'll come in, chat to you guys a little bit, see how your mornings went. It's still 8:08 a.m. Eastern, so we haven't seen any high impact news for today. We'll kind of walk you guys through the news every single morning, and there's definitely an outlier today, and that's that 10:30 a.m. Fed Chair Powell speaks. So, for those of you that know, he is being replaced. They already found his replacement, so I'm assuming he's going to do some sort of last, speeches going into that replacement. But as far as the rest of the week, if you guys know, it is NFP week. It's usually always the first Friday of the week, and so for the rest of the week, we have high impact news. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Wednesday, 8:30 a.m. And so just we're honestly prepping for kind of like a very hectic week. I know that everyone's kind of on the edge from like a macro perspective because we were trading within that same range for like 120 days and now we finally kind of escaped it. Um, so yeah, I'm actually, as long as we get out of the range that we were stuck in, I'm content with any sort of direction. And if we get any sort of downside, that to me is a discount. But nevertheless, it is a hectic week, high impact news all week. So just just be cautious and just be ready for whatever. Kane, anything?
Yeah, I agree, really. I mean, we'll go over technicals on the charts and stuff in a second, but I think the big driver right now is that the market is being completely driven by the narrative of, and I guess the current financial statements being made from the likes of Trump, the likes of the Fed, etc. And obviously with Powell being replaced, it's not a great look, considering the timing. And obviously, I guess the market is going to be really poised around exactly what he's going to say at 10:30. So I I wouldn't be wanting to, be super active in the market today. Gold's obviously been trading pretty well. Indices has been really hectic. And again, we'll go over the technicals on it shortly, but overall, it's not the easiest market to trade right now. And I think a lot of people are feeling that. Um, the the Strait of Hormuz being closed, basically everyone is trading oil, whether they know it or not. And I think the sooner that cools off and we get more of a direction from the Fed, etc. Again, I'm no macro expert, so that's probably where my sentiment lies. Right now, I'm bearish until proven otherwise, and I think that's been pretty good narrative to have, but ultimately, it's not the easiest market, and the more patient you are, the more it pays right now. Yeah.
And nobody in here should be trading oil minis, please.
Yeah, it's silly. I mean, oil doesn't move, and now it's moving a lot, so it's paying really well, but also it costs a lot when you're on the wrong side of it. So, yeah, I mean, I've definitely downsized the past couple of weeks, and the times that I've sized up, I've taken pretty large losses. I got slipped. I got slipped a few times with oil news, and despite what your favorite mentor will say about there being no slippage in futures, there is slippage. If suddenly the market sells off 40 points without a single downtick, you will get slipped to the bottom of that candle. Whether you think that or not, that is just the facts. So, and I can tell you that firsthand that that is exactly how it works. Um, Anyway, should we go over some technicals?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm
Pull up
gonna
the
bring up my
chart, please.
charts. Mm, we have another person now. You know, how are you?
I'm doing good, good, good.
Yeah.
Excited. Yeah,
Anything
it's
to add?
really excited. No, I think I have the same idea that you guys have. Like the past few weeks, months have been like not the best, like for me in terms of like having a direction to actually follow and take my trades. I've been just going for base hits and grinding up that number. That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I'll go over it now. I think the best sell for me in this market was Wednesday last week, and actually I got stopped out um on that sell on the intraday move back up. For those that were there on intraday live, um, it wasn't the cleanest sell, and I basically on this move back up here, I got stopped out in it, and then it just continued to flush the next day. And these moves are frustrating for me because I try and get into a move and then carry that move throughout, the weekly move. Getting stopped out on, I think it was here. Where is it? Yeah, like here in this move, and then getting stopped out, and then it just dying Thursday, Friday. It wasn't the best look, right? So for me, it was super frustrating. It's actually up here, sorry. That I got stopped out. Sorry, I'm in my own world. Thursday was tough because it just rode up. No real push up at 10. Got that 10 a.m. reversal and it died. Missed this move. And then Friday I was busy and again it just literally sold off the opening range and never looked back. And now we're getting some sort of pullback overnight. Um, so yeah, so overall, I'm bearish until proven otherwise because if you were bearish pretty much consistently the last couple of weeks, you were making good money. Okay, the odd day here or there deviated above, but ultimately I'm looking for good places to get short right now. And okay, higher time frame that feels like I'm short in the hole because like we've broke and now I would want to short some sort of retrace, but that's just how it looks right now. I don't want to be longing this low because it looks good from a previous day low perspective. I want to be waiting for this to retrace up into like 700s, 800s, look really bullish on the day, and then I'm fading it the next day. So today I
Mm.
think is probably going to be a lot of sitting around and not doing a lot. Um, we've got the gold open coming up in 6 minutes. So I guess for me, my attention kind of draws towards gold for the next hour until 9:30. And even then, I'm probably not really going to be that interested in indices till 10. So we can see what the 6 o'clock candle is doing right here. The 6 o'clock candle that's printing currently, whether we get some sort of swing. When you look at this, this 7:15 candle, I think it's actually more like a 7:24, just before the turn. This was a pretty big blowout from someone. It ran up 100 points and came straight back down. To look at that on a minute chart, it quite literally ran up 105 points and come back down. For me, this is a clear signature that someone got hurt a lot, or they bought a lot and then someone just took all of it and was like, "Yeah, thank you very much. We'll go lower." So I'm interested to see what they'll do from here and the context. If we trade back up into this high, this is probably something I'll look to fade, but again, probably not till 10, because that's just how I trade. Um, so yeah, and then if I bring up gold quickly, similar sort of thing, right? 7:30,
Sure.
they drove a lot higher, and now they're pulling it back. Again, context here is for those that know me, they'll know I love my 50%. They could drive it here, and then kill it. They could drive. Let me go back. Uh, sorry, guys. They could just drive it higher and then bring it back. They could just drive it higher and then bring it back. But right now, we're just in this like sideways action temporarily. I think if gold can print around here in between this area, really, if they push it higher, I would just wait for some sort of opening range and then sell it on the way back through with a clear invalidation there. For me, I like trading the gold opening range at 820. That's kind of, I like that. Um, so yeah, so for me, it's a good area. We're above that 4 hour high. Um, the hourly looks pretty bearish considering this candle. They've drove it down. If they pull it back up and then flip this thing bearish, this could just be an absolute ripper of a day for gold to the downside. It's up 2%, but we know in metals that changes quite a lot very quickly. And yeah, and I mean, look, it's already trading into that previous week high. How often do we see, a weekly candle open on a Monday, take out the high, and then they sell it all week? For me, this is a good area, and I would like to take a few stabs at getting short here. If I'm wrong intraday, I would come back at it again tomorrow. But overall, this looks like it could very well sell down out of this high, and they are selling it right now. So for me, it's just all about the context around the opening range right here. If they open it and sell it through the opening range at the high, that's a good indication for me that they want lower prices. But the overnight action tells you a different story. If you look from, 8 to now, it's just straight up. But stairs up, elevator down. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. Boys, what about you? What's your thoughts right now?
Honestly,
Honestly, long
anything for
it.
me,
Long it.
hmm, 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 hmm.
What are you thinking?
I think because of the fact that we took like those 2025 July lows on NQ, I think we just see some sort of reaction out of
Some sort
here.
of bounce.
Uh, did you trade gold last week?
No, I didn't trade. I didn't really trade a lot last week. I traded Wednesday, because I was on stream. Um, but no, I didn't trade a whole bunch last week. So
Yeah,
it it looked clean in reverse, but everything always does. So m- my eyes are definitely on it. But yeah, I mean the sell off on Wednesday on gold was really nice, and they sold it off Wednesday, Thursday, and then obviously they got that Friday pump, and now they're this is like for me typical Monday scam into previous day high, previous week high. If they can start to work back through this and flip this daily candle bearish, I think that this could just sell into these lows, or maybe even this low, down at 4,100. I
Mhm.
think gold had its blow off top right here. They double topped this thing. They broke and they've not looked back. And I think that they keep breaking, especially considering the current regime.
Well, is there an SMT with silver up there?
Nah, silver didn't make the high, nowhere near
Silver didn't make the
actually.
high.
So there is divergence of some kind. I mean, gold, if you look at the silver chart, silver would have been trading like 111s if it was trading the strength of gold. Um, but it literally couldn't get back above 100, which tells me that they were just done with it. And,
Yeah.
you know, I spent the weekend talking with friends about business and whatever. And so many of them were like, what's going on with gold? Like, and silver, is it a good buy? Is it a good buy? And typically, when, my non-trading friends ask me about if something is a good buy, I typically realize it's not a good buy. So, that kind of leaves me more bearish indices. And no one's really asked me if it's a good time to sell their stock portfolio yet. So I think they could go lower on stocks.
Mm.
So yeah, I use the family and friends indicator, you know.
Yeah, I
It's,
think
it's a good one.
once I go bearish on NQ, I'm like, okay, it's time for it to go up.
The bottom's in.
Yeah, I'm still bullish.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
But yeah, NQ tapped into that monthly internal too.
Yeah. It's also a weekly gap that we are sitting on.
Yeah.
Lala,
That's
how are
why
you?
that's why I
Sorry.
think the same way as you, Alex.
You looking for a bounce?
Yeah, yeah.
You're just
Like a short term,
optimistic.
yeah, like a short term, at least for today. But with like the overall idea, I have to agree with Kane. Like I'm bearish, but I think it makes sense to have like a little bounce, like a relief bounce from here.
Yeah.
Inner Charter Traders is asking, can you please share the indicators you have on screen?
Um, the indicators I have on screen right now.
Yeah.
Um, I'm using the TLM higher time frame indicators by when is lunch. I'm using the futures 30-second opening range, which is the orange boxes. I use premium discount, which is also by when is lunch. and the TLM IFEG, which is also by When It's Lunch. That basically he put all of my context of my model into three indicators, so you can enable them. The high time frame indicators is just the three high time frame candles I care about: the 4 hour, hourly, and 15 minute. The premium discount plots the 50% ranges the way I like it, and then the IFEG just shows the levels, previous day low, like the opening candle times, so like midnight open and the current 4 hour candle, and then it will also print some imbalances on different time frames dependent. It won't print them all, to the best of my knowledge. It should just print the ones above the open. But that's it, really. And it does have divergence built into it, but I don't use it. Um, so yeah, they're the they're the ones. And then the Asian range, which is just for me, the Asian range is between 7 and um and 2. They're the times I care about. I know some people will think that that isn't the case, but that's how I've always traded it. So, um, I will just keep that right now. So yeah,
We've also seen, I feel like we've seen like just overnight volume is so much higher
yeah.
lately. Yeah.
What's gold
Like
doing? Oh, is it gonna break? Is it gonna break? I just realized the time.
we had that random spike at 7:15 on NQ today. Like 7:25, sorry.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the oil trade last week? It's like right before news.
Yeah.
Like
Same
somebody
happened
sold.
on S&P, right? Same thing happened.
It happened across like oil, S&P,
Yeah.
like somebody sold a shit ton of or
Oh,
something with
before the
barrels of
big,
oil.
big spike,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like 3 minutes before the Trump news. Yeah, no problem, Intercharter. So I am already in shorts on YM from 45650. You're a bold man.
All the homies hate YM. What can I say?
650.
So if gold was to break below the opening range here, I'd sell it. You won't see it on screen because on this specific account, I don't pay for gold data because I don't really trade gold on this account. Um, for me, all I'd look for is this type of move, but I'd only sell it if it comes back now. Um, so yeah.
Does it feel weird to be live on YouTube? Well, it does slightly for me, to be honest. What about you, Juno? How does it feel
Can you repeat that? About like what? NQ?
about it being weird being live on YouTube? How does it feel?
Um, to be honest, it doesn't feel that weird.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's also because we've been doing this inside the lab for a while now.
That's true.
And like you don't have, we don't have, at least for me, I don't have the sense of how many people are really watching. But it also feels great. Like I think it's something that we really wanted to do, and it's finally happening. So I really feel great.
It also helps that like I'm with the two of you, to be honest.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true. Completely true.
Hi guys, at what point would you flip your bearish bias on gold? Hmm.
Um, I'm pretty bullish on gold long term, or at least, but right now, in the current regime, I think it's not the hedge that everyone thinks it is, so it probably is more bearish than bullish.
You think it was like hype?
Oh, do you know how many people I know that were like, is it a good time to buy gold at the top? So like,
Will these streams be uploaded later? Yeah, they'll be kept. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm currently short 5 micros on gold. I know it's not a massive amount. It's Monday. I typically downsize on Mondays. Um, so yeah, I'm the trade's on my screen. You won't see it on that account because that this account is an indices account, so I don't pay for gold data on it. Um, so yeah. No one took the. I would, to be honest, Mag. I actually haven't looked at the indices charts a whole bunch today because I was away most of the morning. Um, so yeah, this is the first time I've not traded indices today. The first trade I took just now was on gold. Um, I do know Divinity. Yeah, you've asked that like 101 times in like 25 different places. But yeah, I do know Divinity. No, I haven't bought more long term yet. I mean, like, let's just look at. I think I'm gonna get stopped here, but it's all right. The stop's in. Let's just look at Nvidia right now, right? A higher time frame. Nvidia actually hasn't even broke yet from here. If I buy like this low on Nvidia, right? Um, and it falls back down here, I'm just holding a bag. Like, I want to buy stocks in spots that are like no one wants them right now. And I know that sounds like really tragic, but um. That's what happened last year, right? Bought Nvidia down here after it broke. It was down 40%. It's not it's not looking like that right now. Typically, I don't like buying stocks on a 20% pullback. I'm more of like a 30-40% pullback kind of guy. And I know that's like, oh, it doesn't really happen. Yeah, it doesn't. You're right. But I buy heavy when they break. And it's like Palantir. I was actually speaking about Palantir a lot this weekend. It's like it doesn't even look that bad right now. Like I want to probably buy a Palantir like back at 100. Um, I got to buy it at $80 last time and it went to 200. So like they're the areas that I like higher time frame want to buy. Um, so yeah,
Crazy. Their headquarters are now in Miami.
yeah,
It's kind of fire.
it's great though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stopped here on gold. Um, it happens like this sometimes. I can't give it too much more room. I would try it one more time on the break. Um, and then that would kind of be it. Lion, I'm trading both. To be honest, what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up running like a Lab Live personal account, um, like a 25K, 30K account, trade micros on it, and kind of go from there and use that to try to kind of track the performance of the stream because I have so many different accounts and different places that um, I kind of just want to be have an account that I only trade when I'm on here. Leo,
Vlado, yeah, we'll be live Monday through Friday.
how come you're focusing on gold now instead of indices? You would have never ever seen me live before 9 o'clock anywhere. Um, at least trading. So the reality is it's not that I'm focusing on gold. It's that you have never seen me trade this time frame, this time zone before. So I trade gold during the 8 to 9 window. So yeah. Gold kind of breaking above its opening range. I don't really like that. Kind of validates this now. I think you're a buyer of this back up to the high, and then I don't really like the opening range as much. We're still in that 50% drop move, so they kind of pushed into it here, pushing up. So yeah.
Juno, anything you're seeing?
No, not really. Like, you know, I don't trade gold. I don't trade crude oil. I don't trade silver. I just trade NQ. And right now, nothing. I really need to see the opening happen and see if I can like form an idea. I really want to get longs today on Nasdaq. Like
Loyal to
the
one
the
asset.
the yeah, the more I watch this chart right now, the more I want longs happening at open. That's the truth. So patiently waiting.
I feel like it's hard to get into a trade if the 6 a.m. H4 candle creates a swing.
What's that?
The line says, feel like it's a little hard to get into a trade if the 6 a.m. H4 candle creates a swing. I feel like it'd be easier if there was a swing.
Yeah. No, I'm not using balance adjusted right now because the price of NQ and ES are just different at that point.
Contract rollover wasn't too long ago, right?
No, it's an like there's no gaps on your chart because of rollover now though, so it doesn't really matter to have it on or off. As a general rule, I don't have it on. If I'm high time frame and I need to just figure out some stuff, I'll flick it on, flick it off, but rarely um do I pay attention to it. Okay, I'm gonna put gold back down here and switch over to indices. We got probably like an hour till the open now. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't expect too much. But overall, something appears here. We have that 15-minute high. It's quite a way to go to the hourly high. Um, so for me in these situations, I kind of default to like a 30-minute high. But like here, like the 30-minute took out this low. So I'm probably, as a general rule, not going to look for shorts on this for the next till like 9. And then 9 comes online. And then we have an hourly high and a new previous hourly high. And then we have 10. So that kind of eliminates me from some sort of move until 10. Um, and I'm cool with that. That's typically the way I trade. So yeah. Is the viewer count bugged? I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it is.
There's only 5 of you here.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. Unless we're just five.
It's 5 viewers, 100 likes.
Yeah. When will London live stream be? We're gonna go live tomorrow. Um, I'll be there. Are you gonna be there tomorrow?
I think Leo is gonna be there tomorrow.
Oh,
Am I
nice.
wrong?
Me and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo.
Yeah, he'll be there.
So yeah, so I'll be live tomorrow. Um, I'll be live probably quite a lot for the next couple of weeks, and then we'll find like a more of a routine of things. But there'll be a London, a New York, and a New York PM stream every day. I'll be live at PM today, solo dolo. So if you're if you're about, come keep me company. It's me, by the way, the goat. Who's the goat?
Trader
What
Max.
is that Max?
Yeah.
Our Max?
Better Maximilian.
Yeah.
That's not our Max. There's no way that's our Max.
There's no way he's not playing League right now. What's my strategy? I trade the unicorn. Like,
Oh, it's definitely our Max.
Confirmed.
yeah, he is. So Alex, I trade the unicorn, and I trade it up the session opens. So I'm basically just waiting for, like, I form my bias, like I form my high time frame context beforehand, and then I just wait for the session opens. I mainly trade London and New York session, just AM, PM. I don't trade PM session. And based off of that, I just look for liquidity sweep and then getting to like the opposite direction of that the liquidity sweep happening by using like breaker blocks and fair value caps. It's fairly simple. Like it's really a simple strategy.
Nah, Witty, that's just the name.
Yeah.
That's
Trader
not
Inc. Trader Inc. goes, I'm 32 years old today. Congrats, brother. Happy birthday. Chat, wish
happy
him happy
birthday.
birthday.
You're welcome, Alex.
What's up, line? 1 minute time frame PDAs are higher? Definitely higher.
To be honest, I have a question for Alex. Can you explain me your model? Because I always see your charts
That's it.
and I
Get on
don't
the
know.
15 second.
True. Like I don't know what his model is after like 2 years.
What do you mean? I just trade swings. And then it's like OB.
Yeah, he's trading the OB. You're trading the breaker. It's the same thing. He's just super fucking low time frame.
No time frame
Yeah.
yet.
I mean,
Right,
because
go on.
Juno, I mean, you're in swings, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole basis of the unicorn is the swing. I'm just in a little bit earlier. And then Kane is like the earliest.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I take the most losses, and that's okay with me, you know? It's just how it is. I'm just impatient, and I understand that, so I have to trade reversals. It's just who I am. I'm a good loser at times. Um, so I play to my strengths and my weaknesses, actually. Who won the Japanese Grand Prix chat? Right, anyway, before I rant on about random shit that's got nothing to do with stream, um, you'll never catch me personally begging for likes, but the view counter is actually doing my head in. So if we could just like the stream to show how many people are actually here, that would be great. Because there's more than 8 of you talking right now. Give me one. Okay. Was it a good race, boys and girls? Five years. Holy fall off, chat. How do you split the screen? So you see there's a little button up here where it says Trader Kane right next to it. Um, if you want, I can have like a million. I can't actually. I don't pay for that one. Oh, there you go. I only pay for 8. I can have 8 charts all next to each other. This looks good, actually. But yeah, I picked this one. So I have the main chart on the left, and I have like 3 that I'm looking for on 2 that I'm looking at on the left. Typically, always ES top left, and then the bottom one will always switch up between. I don't know. I'll have Bitcoin on here, and then I'll switch to the daily to understand. Am I getting absolutely spanked on my long-term holdings, which right now we're not, but we definitely could have sold this 70k plus 70k SMT between 8 assets. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So yeah, the
Voltage
Bitcoin,
every day.
the Bitcoin. Sorry, yeah. The Bitcoin. I don't know. Me and Lala were having them back and forth of whether we thought the local top with Bitcoin was in, and he was like, "You should sell it. You should do this. You should do that. Blah blah." And I was like, "Nah." And then it turns out he was right. So I'm not gonna fade Lala anymore. How's the Apex Live account doing? I took quite a few losers last week, so not the best. I actually haven't checked the balance, but um, I'm not logged into it right now, so I can't. I'm not gonna check it. But I think I'm probably down like 10, 15k on it, maybe a little bit more. We'll
This,
see.
this month was mentally draining for me, to be honest.
Yeah, same for me. It was hard.
It's fucking hard.
I would say this year so far. not just like the last month.
Trump markets, boys. What can we say?
Yeah,
Everyone's wishing that it was Biden again.
The
true.
cycle repeats itself.
The cycle. The cycle of life repeats itself.
We had
Uh,
Biden, everyone wanted Trump. Now we got Trump, everyone wants Biden.
honestly, it's whatever, innit?
Kamala. Yeah, I'm sure that'll solve.
No, I don't know about that one. I think she can just. I don't think anyone wanted her, to be honest.
What's up, Lala?
Wait, I just realized it was the Grand Prix was in Japan. So what the fuck was Carlos Sainz doing at Estel Manor today? That guy must have flown back instantly. That's a long flight. Yeah, Lord, we're aware. Yeah, the PAL meeting's at 10:30. He's probably gonna go. He's probably gonna, do a victory speech about how he's been kicked out, and I don't know. The market will be sensitive to that today, so it's definitely a day of sitting on our hands and trying to be patient to get trades on in good spots. So
They had an interview with him where they asked him how much he got paid to do the job. He said 180K. I feel like it's kind of a stressful job for
for
180K.
180K, yeah, that's a stressful ass job to be paid that little. I took a short 3 micros on gold. It got stopped out. I think he'll be humble. Oh yeah, I mean he 100% will be humble. I don't think that guy's anything but um we'll see. I mean you never know with the fucking head of the Fed. Sorry.
Yeah, Powell's pretty level-headed. He's like
Oh yeah,
180K plus insider knowledge.
millions of dollars. Yeah, I don't think I think his career at that point is over. Um, Man, this Mercedes car is fucking crazy good to this year, boys. Don't know, sorry, you'll realize I'm a big Formula One guy, so Mondays, Tuesdays, I'm like always catching up on the Formula One if I missed it. Did we have a giveaway? We won't do a crazy amount of giveaways like everyone else. Um, so yeah, maybe we will in the future, but not right now. If you want giveaways, the best giveaways are at Propfirm.compare that we run. So you should go there. What do we like? What do we think about the overlay? I haven't got the sim yet, Mag, which was crazy because I made a deal. If we got dogs, then I would get a sim. So, um, yeah.
What do you mean by
Um,
sim?
Go on.
What do you mean by sim? Like
The racing sim, like
the
sitting in a
racing sim?
chair and Nyom. Um, but I'm gonna get one. I just don't know when. Uh, Oliver Behrman crashed. You like the overlay? Yeah, it will evolve. I like it right now. Yeah, it will look good. In time, it will look good. And also, better if two of you are sharing charts. See, historically, people like to see more of a single chart than half of a chart because like when I zoom in to show you stuff, you can see exactly what I'm talking about versus something else. And also, we have the ability to switch to Alex's and Juno's charts when we need to. So yeah,
Are these candle hex codes posted anywhere? No, but that is a good idea.
my candle hex codes. I just use black and white. It's actually more of a gray, I think.
Yeah, but what's your background?
Uh, can I actually get the hex code for that? EB. There you go. And then the the black is 252228, and the white is triple F. All the
There you,
Fs.
there you go, Donna.
The indicator just work. That's just the standard colors of the indicator. So yeah, nice, good to hear, bro. I think everyone that has found really good success with like my model has always like incorporated it into another model that they found some success with. Um, this is just the way that I find success using it. But again, I know that some people really can't find that a lot of success with it that way. So I implore everyone to fuck around and find out with it. Um, but yeah, I also appreciate that I don't mind losing as much as other people. That's just the way. That's what I've found. Like I can be in decent amount of drawdown and not sweat it over a period.
Would you wait for 9 a.m. here on gold?
I mean, I wouldn't touch gold now if it doesn't take that hourly high. What did silver do? Yeah, neither of them did it. There's no reversal here. So for me, it's like without this, I'd wait. I'd be waiting. Um, I won't want to sell this here. I'd probably buy the 15-minute low, which is right here, and then buy it back through on the opening range, back up to the high. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it wants to go up. If it breaks this low, I wouldn't. I just personally um, wouldn't want it. I mean, it could play out. It just doesn't suit me, right? Jimmy Antonelli, second win. That's crazy. That's crazy, actually. How do I deal with losses on funded accounts? Um, like everyone else. Like I don't have a cheat code for funded accounts on how I deal with losses. They're just part of it, right? You are just going to lose sometimes, and that is okay. And if you don't think that's okay, that's a struggle that you have with that, you know? What the fuck is that pink hat? That pink Pirelli hat? Yeah, Ray, I don't really track that. I'm pretty bad when it comes to that sort of stuff. Just again, being 100% honest. I think TradeZeller is really good. Um, but I got super in, down the road without tracking this sort of stuff. Um, so yeah, I stuck it out. Am I trading any props? Not right now. No. Maybe we'll do like a little prop challenge, like we buy one or two and we see how far we get with it. Um, oh no, the world is our oyster.
Ken, you've been trading for like 10 years, no?
Yeah, like on and off, yeah. Pretty long time.
And you started with penny stocks, right, Alex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy
Nice.
story.
Nice.
You know the story.
Yeah, I know the story.
I started and I still am in some sus ass.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know.
He fucking loves it.
He's a gambler for life.
Like
Tim Sykes, is that you? Oh, I think Tim Sykes made a lot more money.
over the counter stocks. Just something about them.
Mm, right? I mean, if they go up, oh, it's crazy. Good morning, Nevin. Yeah, I'll be trading London tomorrow. My biggest trade, like P&L wise or points wise, because I had a crazy fucking trade with that drop last year. P&L wise, I don't know. Let's go to my Twitter. That's probably where I would have posted it. How is the view account 7? The view account is bugged.
Morning, Howie.
Let's go to my media, actually posts, and then I go most liked. It will be there. January 7th, 2025. Here you go. But I think I actually had a day straight after that that beat that.
Yeah, when we were on FaceTime,
Yeah, I think it was 300K.
that shit was massive. Yeah, it was a crazy run up.
Yeah. Who remembers this one? This was crazy, actually. Let me bring it up on my screen. Oh, it's too large. Let me just get a screenshot quickly. Oh, that was personal account. You can see it says AMP. Um, who remembers this? Static one, Mac. Because Max Verstappen said this that most of the consumer grade motion sims are trash. He said that they're nowhere near like accuracy, and actually they're worse for you than anything else. Honestly, going back through my Twitter just makes me really, really want to size up. Like I miss trading big size, but it's so draining mentally.
Oh,
That
was that the
trade, that was 9,000 ticks in the end. I
Yeah,
have
that
that.
was
I
a
have that
trade
on
we
my
held
I
there.
have that on my Instagram actually. Yeah, that was 9,000 ticks. It was more of a that was more of a gamble than a trade, though, chat. Let's be honest. I sold the 5 minute high with two micros, and yeah, sold it for eventually. I don't know, where was it? I think I put it in win loss on my Instagram.
Good times.
9,712 ticks. Yeah, we bought the exact price. I mean, look, so we're in at 19,985. We bought 17,574 and a half. Look, you can't see it. Oh, it's gone off. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll run through the game plan again near like 9:30, just because I'm sure it'll change. Closed intraday? No, I think you held this for like a couple days now.
Yeah, like a week almost.
Yeah.
But listen, it was just me and T trades. Um, we were chilling. We were just chilling in the garden, and we were like, "This is just gonna sell off. There's no way it doesn't." So, we just sold two micros as a laugh for a laugh. It could have gone really bad and done the opposite and cost me like 6 grand. But I made like 9 grand on two micros or something silly. It was crazy actually. Imagine thinking you don't get slipped in futures because of oil. It's not just because of oil. It's just like you have to understand something, right? If if I if you have your stop loss here, right, on this high, gosh, my chart's absolutely having a fit. If you have your stop loss on this high and you're short, and I buy 50 million contracts and send NQ 4% higher in a single candle, you will get stopped out at the high of that candle. That's just the way that the market works. I am buying before you have the chance to sell, and you will get stopped out after my buys. So like that is just the market economic, like the mechanics, sorry. So it's not that you get slipped. You're not actually getting slipped. You are marketing your stop loss, and the market is trading a lot higher than where your stop loss is. So it's just the way it is. It's not like if price comes one tick to here and you get slipped, like you don't you get slippage or spread. That's not the way it works. The market will just exit you when that price trades. But also the way that a lot of market orders work is that they actually market on the spread. So it say the spread widens to 2 points and you have your stop loss here, and some go offered. You may get stopped sometimes. That is again just how it works. But that's just how the market works. So, but wouldn't you be buying some of my stop loss contracts? No, because if I market execute, if I market execute 10,000 minis, I'm gonna buy up the 10,000 minis in the book.
Yeah, it's whatever comes first on the bit on the ask. Yeah.
How are you able to check how many dislikes the stream has? I'm confused.
I think he was I think it was just capping.
I was gonna say,
Yeah. It's
it,
Jack.
is there a giveaway on this stream? Nah.
Here's a giveaway. Juno's giving out hugs at the end of the stream.
I mean,
Hell
we just gave
yeah.
away like 200 accounts on Propfirm.compare. Like, I think we're more, maybe more than that. So, I don't know. 9 a.m. and we're getting a scam pump. That,
Fuck.
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's an extension. Oh, so with a Chrome add-on, you can see how many people disliked. Crazy work. Do you think you can actually see how many people are like actually viewing the stream instead of 9?
We've got 10 now. Thanks, Mag.
Juno, how many trades do you take a day? It's a good question.
Probably maximum it would be two. But I usually just take one, whatever shows in New Year session, because I usually just wait for 9:30 open and then 10 a.m. If I get something at 9:30 and I win, I just get off charts. I don't even check 10 a.m. Like I'm a one trade a day, man.
Oh, this actually might be a good sell if they can get it below 9 a.m. Isn't Monday usually a skip? It's definitely a downsized day, yeah.
Voltage. I'm gonna be streaming London from now on here. So
Yeah, overnight's been moving. Might get something overnight. Anthony just longed in queue.
Oh,
Let's
Ike, how are you, brother? Good to see you. Nevin, the guy that I would only ever recommend that you learn it from actually removed all of his videos um regarding that and they put it behind a pay he put it behind a paywall. I personally think that he's the best person to break it down like in a way that I would be able to understand it. Um but yeah, he basically full pivoted to crypto. So because the videos just did better, I'm gonna be honest, that was my assumption. They can get this back below 500s. I'll take one. Why am I not using YM for divergences? Um, because I don't think that that carries any weight. I'm gonna be honest, but that's just my personal opinion. So I'll sell stop this because ES is already closed below the level. You can see on my chart. So for me, I would happily just sell it on the way through. I get a little bit of a worse entry than what I would like by a tick. But that's the premise of it because ES is already trading through that level. You can see. How much did you make in the sky? What are you on about in the sky? How do I decide? We're trading above a 4 hour high, so that kind of tells me that I'm good. We have an hour divergence here, so that you've got that hourly high. And then you've also got the 15-minute high here. So for me, I can just trade anything down to a 30-second. Oh, in the plane, I don't know. Check my Instagram. It's on there. I've made over 100 grand on an airplane flight before. Would I say last year was my biggest winning year? Um, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
It's a crazy stat to track how much you've made on a plane.
$104,235. That was the exact P&L flying to Cape Town on 2nd of January last year. And then 7th of January, I had the single biggest trade ever at 250K. And then on the 16th of January, I took the lot and moved on with my life. Have I tried to automate my strategy? Um, Not in any great amount of effort. No. How much did I spend in Cape Town? Maybe like 100 grand all in. A villa and car being the most expensive part of that.
How was the food there?
Great, actually great. Yeah.
Guys,
But like it's cheap, right? You can eat like a king for nothing. You
we
missed
could
me in
check
Cape
it.
Town this year. Yeah, bro. I just had so much on first part of this year that I just couldn't warrant being away from home for a prolonged period of times, or unless it was work related. Um, Definitely will be back. Um, but yeah. But yeah, I know obviously we're speaking about large P&Ls, but there are seasons of things, and right now I haven't run hot enough for a single period of time since like June last year. Um, to the point that I'm really comfortable adding in good amount of size consistently. So yeah, I've just been trading the market, getting base hits, making consistent money, but nothing like millions of dollars. That's just the truth. This view counter is actually kind of tilting me a little bit.
Yeah, I kind of really like. I just want to know.
Not the market for it. Yeah, I mean, look, there have been times when I've chucked 20, 30 minis on, but at the same time, I have to be really comfortable in the market. And the truth of the matter is that I I haven't been that comfortable with it. Um, where'd my break even point be? It's right here. Um, so yeah, that is just the way the cookie crumbles. So for those of you that don't know how I do break evens, you'll see up here we have the spread. So typically what I do at the point of when I get into the trade, I just mentally write down the spread. It was a point. And what I would do is I would always just put my entry wherever so like I'll minus a point off of 507 over here, 506, and I'll just leave that, and that's it. So typically for me, I want this 15-minute candle to continue selling down, and I don't want it to buy back up off of the previous 15-minute candle low and do this, because typically this should be easy and we should start to sell down to here. Because if we sell down to here by, the next 50 minutes time, then we have a good understanding that 10 a.m. is probably gonna trade up and then down. And that's typically all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to frame all of the different time frames for a 4 hour trade, and then go from there. Would I stay in this trade to this low? Again, it just depends on the market at that time. That's the truth. I mean, I think we have a lot more than 5 people watching, but again, it doesn't matter too much. It would just be nice to know how many people tuned into the first one. So just like the stream so we can have a good understanding of how many people stop by, um, and go from there. Avatos, I'm really sorry, brother. I have no idea what you said. So yeah, so basically I just want to see it flush through this low again, and that's it. 1,000 likes and Kane will go dark mode. Will I? Can you please show your indicator regarding highs and lows? Um, yeah, I can. It's just not right this second. I want to just see how price is trading right now. Isn't it 231 right now? What do you mean? 231 people? I don't know. On our end, it shows 4 now.
Morning, Tim.
Please do more. We'll be live every day. I might not be live every day, but someone here will be live every day. I'll be live for a good amount of time though, from today. Uh, I don't know. For me, We have 177 likes, but 7 people watching. So I don't know. I actually like this setup now. ES just took out that 50% of this move. So if now we now get a turn here, this is good, and it kind of suggests to me that the market is respecting these bearish 50% pullbacks. Um, I think we've got a good spot. Again, it's not crazy amount of risk. We're buying back up off the 15 low, and if we start to flip this candle, the likelihood of going back above the highs for me is pretty high, and I wouldn't want to have the risk of being in front of potentially a train starting its grind. Put me in, coach. The previous 15 minutes, like the dashed lines, is the TLM IFVG, which if you just search uh HTF swing, these are actually all three of the indicators. These three here. HTF swing, PDL, PDLLT, and TLM higher time frame candles, all by when is lunch. You can see them here. We'll be inviting special guests onto the stream. Yeah, at some point. At some point. Yeah, that fires the stream is the stream numbers are sadly booked. Can we get our break even here? I'm live for PM session today, Che. So the context of this trade is obviously the swings all forming. I want to see this run away from me into 930. I don't want to be holding this around here at 930 because I've seen it all too many times that we pull back, we chop around, 930 comes online, sells down, buys up, and then sells, and then I buy the top of the market with my stop. So I'd just rather give it a chance to prove that it wants to do something. And if not, I'll get out of the way of it and reassess when we get more market context with more volume. That's it, really. When does divergence on sub 15-minute timeframes carry more significance? It doesn't really. It just like, for example, right now, if we look here at 9, basically at 9, NQ failed to make a previous hour high, and also it couldn't sweep out this initial move. So there was a lot of selling here. ES made equal highs on that time frame, and yeah.
Juno, did you see the comment?
Yeah, I just going. Thank you,
You're
Raul.
cracked.
Yeah.
What does this mean?
That like he's happy to see someone from Spain like representing here.
Damn, the Spanish goes crazy.
It's representing.
You know, the funny thing is sometimes I have like 3 people on our team, all Spanish, and we have to speak English because of me. It's true.
True.
It's true. It's a true statement.
The truth also is when you're not around, we hold meetings in Spanish and you didn't know.
No,
So
Nevin,
the
I was
the
All
lab
the
lying.
is
secret
the lab is
Spanish
starting in
meetings.
Spanish.
The lab is actually just Spanish. I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah, we only allow Spanish and English. That's it. And then we have, actually Leo speaks French, Mike's Italian, Max is Dutch, Braid's Canadian.
Too diverse.
Finally taking back from the English. I respect it. That's crazy from you, Max.
Jordan, is that your first comment? Not even a good morning.
It actually could be his first comment. Let's check. He said, "Afternoon, gang. We finally got the Juno face cam. Alex is
Okay.
Mexican."
Second comment.
The logic behind the trade was we had an hourly divergence. ES took out the high. They sold back inside. Um, there was no 15-minute low at the time. Well, there was actually off here. But they're kind of obviously building a balance here. So it's like fade the high into the low. And I kind of want to see them sell through the low. And the moment we took this low, I went break even. And for those that will know me, this is like a textbook trade. We just didn't get the run. Kane came to South Africa and didn't even do a meet and greet. That is true, actually. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Maybe another one another time. Big up. W's in the chat for Firaz. Trend, I don't trade the way the other people trade. I understand their logic, but the reality is I've made more money trading my way than their way. So I'm gonna stick to doing what I'm doing. If we're anticipating daily C2 as a not better take longs if retrace line and lows, which is better 50% of the range. Yeah.
10 minutes still open.
10 minito. Yeah. It's just 9 a.m. candle with some divergence. And if they can sell it off of here, then you know, like I always sit here and say that, okay, if we start trading down here at 9:30, everyone would be like, it was so clean. You got a really good offer here, blah, blah, whatever. Um, so I just like to trade with that in mind. I got to stop break even here. This trade cost me nothing. I got to see if the market wanted to sell lower. They wanted to buy it back up. I let them do what they want to do. I can't control it, so I'm just in for the ride. Yo, Kane, just wanted to say thank you, brother. Not sure if you remember me, but it's been quite consistent since we spoke from the 20v1 video. Yeah, when is that video gonna drop? That's the real question. We all put a lot of effort into that. Where is it? Um, but yeah, I'm glad, bro. I'm glad you've found consistency. I take zero responsibility for that. You did all the work. I just gave you the stern words you probably needed. And sometimes that's all we need, right? It's the Hormozy yes, or whatever people want to call it. Sometimes you just need to be told the same thing from a different person to understand it. Yeah, it was like a year ago, yeah. I don't know when that's coming out or if it's coming out. Either way, the people that that went there, they got a lot of value out of it. I know that much, and that's all that matters. Will these streams be every day? Every day. All 5 of you tuning in will be able to come back every day.
Yeah, I know I should post more on Twitter. But it's just sometimes I feel that I don't know like what to post. Like I don't want to flood my page with just random shit. But thank you. Thank you for that.
No, we took out that hourly high. We got that hourly high on NQ now. On gold, sorry. You can't see it because of that camera, but we got it, and that was kind of what put me off of the trade originally. So we took out that high. We took it out with a 15-minute candle, and then yeah, there was a entry 46601.4. I wouldn't have taken it. It's just I typically just trade gold opening ranges. So we got the open in 7 minutes. There's no way there's only 5 people. It's got to be a glitch. It's a glitch. It's a glitch. I mean, there's more. I can count more than 5 names here, so we know it's a glitch. But um, there's 6 of you now. Um, Juno is the kind of the only the Spaniard I like, honestly. Same, same. Alex is Mexican. He's not Spanish, so it doesn't count. Honestly, boys and girls, the number one way you can support us is just by subscribing, and I think that that is all we would like, to be honest. Yeah, Nevin, typically what I like to do is I like to, when we break off the 15-minute high, then I go from there. Sorry, I didn't mean any disrespect. What did you say, brother? Let me look at what you said. I didn't see what you said. You said, oh no, sorry. I also wasn't disrespected. I just think that there are, look, I like me and T Trades are really good friends, right? So I like his understanding, or sorry, let me rephrase that. I like his explanation of the way that he trades C3, C2s and the logic of how they form. That makes sense to me. But if you understand how a C2 forms, then you should trade that. That is my personal opinion, at least for me, right? So I personally like to trade reversals. Why? I'm impatient. I don't like buying in the middle of a range. I don't like buying a high. I don't like selling a low. Um, so so yeah, so like for me, I like to trade reversals. Okay, I'm wrong a few times on a move. You know, I'll take more stop outs than the average person would would like to admit, right? Like I personally lose more than a lot of people, but I'm able to like add into my positions that win really well. And then when the market when it when the market basically aligns and we get a good reversal based market that expands in opposite directions, I'm in from a lot higher. I'm able to add throughout the move and never add to my risk. So like I get paid really, really easy when the market aligns. And when the market's hard, I just take a lot of break evens and, you know, a lot of losers versus my winners. And that's okay because I personally don't mind losing like 50, 60% of the time to when I'm winning a high percentage of the time I can put my foot down with it. Because the times that I win a lot with that model, it makes my years, you know. I make my years in like 20, 30 days. And from meeting a lot of successful traders that have made a lot of money, they make all their money when the stars align for them. And they sometimes will go years, you know, making ends meet or making a stable income to then making the fuck you money in a few weeks, months of the year when it aligns. And that's just, I've accepted that, you know. But the open in 4 minutes, I personally am glad I'm not in this trade now because I wouldn't want to be in the trade this high. How do you know the stars are aligning? Um, Like if you go back and like my model typically when it starts to win two, three times in a row and then we get a loser and win two, three times in a row and get a loser, that's when you know like the market's about to take a turn. Does T-Trades make a lot from trading? He does. I don't want to speak on that because he doesn't speak on that personally himself. So I don't want to yeah, I don't want to speak on his business, you know. But he does well.
You looking for anything here?
Nah,
Or
waiting
just
for the open.
previous hour high?
If the open takes the high and then sells off the opening range, I'll probably sell one. That's kind of my
Mm.
plan. If not, and it just pushes through, I'd wait till 10. I mean, like I have to ask myself here, right? We have that 4 hour wick all the way over here. And to get back to create a 4 hour swing, let's just say it takes the high. I'm expecting price to sell down 70 points. Doesn't seem that low, you know. Did I really buy T trades a house? No, that house was an Airbnb in Miami. It was a nice house though.
Open in about 1 minute.
Yeah, I can add in on anything, Tim. Typically for me at that point, what let's just say like price was to form and we were to trade lower here and we were to start respecting like a breaker. Let's just say we respected this breaker and then we broke lows. I could actually just add into this move here, right? On a break. And I could then just from my entry here, I can just add one, add two, add three, and then suddenly I'm in more and I have my stop loss above this high because I want this high to be respected. And then I can start to get out of my trades. Like okay, we've got the open here in what, 30 seconds. So yeah, any key timings? 4 hour candles. Like find bottoms, highs and lows or before expansions away, it's always on the 4 hour time frame. So if you just trade that time frame, you'll be good. All right, we've got 10 seconds here till the open. Good luck, boys and girls. Um, Trend, we can pick it back up, bro. Don't worry about it. I'm not trying to skirt around the question. I'm just answering it the way that I think that makes the most sense. Let's put that trade back on our screen to figure out where it would have been. So we don't have a high on NQ right now. Kind of puts me off at the opening range. Um, it didn't sweep this. This, yeah, overall, it's something I would avoid right now.
Yeah, because like not taking these highs, it's killing me.
Yeah, you
It's
could sell
brutal.
the opening range here, but like for me, you're basically I'm selling the whole of this of this move right now. I'm selling the break, and I'm not a breakout trader, so like I would want to see the swing, the form, and then I sell the thing. So like, you know, those that are selling the low here, the breakouts to this low, just got absolutely crushed. You know. Now I'm more intrigued in it, but we're breaking above, and I'd want to see some selling. Took out this hourly high, this 15-minute high. So now for me, it's like, how can I frame that we sell from here to here, so that the 10 a.m. sells lower, or I wait for some sort of reversal here, and then the closer we get to 10, I want to see us then trade higher and then lower. Right. Definitely looking to sell it.
TS doing?
Same thing actually. It's actually a little bit weaker. Can't get through its
Yeah.
opening range high.
No, I didn't get the long. Like, I think that would be my goal lower after sweeping these highs here. That's why I don't like that long that much. Even though like the 15-minute gap hold, like it's holding. We took liquidity right at open 9:30. Like if you just took the breaker, like I would be out with a stop loss right now.
Yeah, makes sense. Alex on the 15-second short in the 5 minute OB. Yeah.
Just waiting for us to take that high. I mean, we did take the
Oh, you
previous
want
hourly
you want
high.
the 4 hour high?
Yeah. Or at
Yeah,
least the that high that we made
Oh,
at like 7 something.
not for me, Hefe. That's a bit of a. I don't think we go back there. Oof. I'll sell 503s if they can give it. If they break it here, I'll be sad. Um, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So they are just breaking both.
let's see if it doesn't fall off too much because I'm waiting on the confirmation to actually get on the breaker.
Yeah, sad. Bright
Yeah.
idea. Just no entry. Like there's no retrace. And also, I couldn't sell the break here because the stop is 50 points. It's just so big. Um, so yeah, right idea, no entry. We would just have to chill. Alex is looking to sell the 5 minute OB or the is it no the 1 minute breaker or what? Oh, that's Juno. Juno
Mm.
wants to sell the breaker.
Yeah, I have my limits on the breaker right now, but it doesn't
I'm,
seem I'm gonna get filled.
yeah, I'm gonna cancel this. We took out that hourly low now with an hourly high. Like
With an hourly fair gap.
Oh
we just
yeah.
traversed the hourly candle that in a minute. Yeah,
Might get
took
a
three
reaction here, no?
minutes. Yeah, we definitely will get a reaction here. Would you well, no, I wouldn't be a buyer though. I wouldn't be a seller, sorry, after that. Would you?
Yeah, too late for me to be honest.
Yeah, it's just sucks to suck, honestly.
Yeah. Like
Rough.
ideally I would want to be on this trade and then move break even right now. Like in the short, if the breaker gave me like something, but we didn't have the entry.
I ended by mistake. Good or bad entry? You took the 30-second. Yeah, but on what? On ES or in Q? Because I didn't get an entry on the 30-second here. Did MNQ create it and NQ didn't? Is this what I'm about to find out? No, neither of them did.
All this wait. No entry. Yep.
Uh, it's just how it be sometimes. We don't have a Discord, latest trends. Yeah, ES did invert, yeah, and ES reoffered as well, really well. The ES trade was really good today. Um, it is what it is. It looks good, Gable. You like it?
It's gonna
Good
be one of
Lord.
these days that we just
Uh, good
oh
Lord.
Lord.
Checking out that 7 a.m. low.
Yeah, 6 a.m. open as well.
Right.
Yeah, George, there's always a delay. It's called the internet, brother. Sad to say that.
Oh Lord.
YouTube has to process everything. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, the unicorn was crazy good. Like we had like the highs there waiting to be swept, but it is just sad that we didn't get an entry. It was perfect. Like it was textbook.
This 15-minute candle is huge. I guess.
Boys, wait, Alex, did you see the Anthropic of coming out with the new version of Claude?
No.
Mythos.
Oh, like a new model?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah. They they basically said that it's they've had it for a while. They're just so scared about releasing it because it's too powerful. That's what they said. They said that. They actually said that. Bella, how are you? Are you back home now? Yeah, like the Greek beer, Mythos. Yeah. In fact, they they just announced that um the the release date of it is now delayed because it got leaked. That's what every AI
What
company
every
says.
company says. Nah, but
Yeah, but I mean, Anthropic
Anthropic
are
is just different.
they're just different. Yeah, it's
It's
like
just different.
Opus 4.6 is currently the smartest model on the market, and they're saying, yeah, we have a better one. So I don't know. I don't know. Damn, boys, we haven't even. This is a 15-minute candle. It feels like we've been here forever. Bearish for the day? Yeah, sadly. Sadly, always. Gold broke as well, finally. Opus 4.6 is heavy. If heavy you mean fucking great, then yeah, it is. Oh, good morning, Lucid. I think Alex has disappeared. He's gone, you know. Where's he gone?
Oh, true. I don't know.
He's frozen. He's not asleep, he's disconnected. Production just haven't taken him off stream yet because I don't know what the hell they're doing. So, yeah, he's actually not here right now.
What are you waiting on, Kane? Like, do you want us to see like go up to then short, like the 50% or something like this?
Honestly, I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't really know either. Hmm.
10 to take the low, buy in 50%, then sell it down. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just a skip for me at this point. I know that that's not the best news for anyone, but including me. But right now, don't really have a way of getting in good market. Sorry, don't really have a good way of getting into the market with low risk. GG looks like no more trade. These ones, because like I have to sell the whole now. Realistically, if 10 retraces into 50%, I would look for a sell off like a 15-minute high. That's the only way I could do something like that. Ooh-doo-doo. No, Phil. These and we are in the same trade. Pull back into 500s. George, you probably don't have data. Um, so if you don't have market data on NQ, you have to pay like $8 a month for it. Actually can't remember the price for it. But it's around that mark. And then you get like data, live data. Otherwise you get 10 minutes delayed. So if your charts are currently at around 9:39, like here, then yeah, you have Lucid. Um, okay, then if you just log into your Lucid account on via TradeAvate or NinjaTrader, um, you will get live market data. No, all these indicators are publicly available, just not this one that has the lock mark. But that's not actually on my screen. So yeah, these are the ones. I have no idea what 726 was that as a. If you put what they mean is red means that it should go down and green is it should go up. Um, just based on C2, C3 logics, the way I do it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. We've got 10 a.m. in 10 minutes. Hopefully we get some sort of retrace into 50%. Maybe we can sell. I could long off the low. I would just have to accept that the likelihood of it being a loser is high. And if we trade higher up here, then I would look to just sell this right now. Can I trade the 15-minute? Sorry, can I trade the lab model indicator? I can't because I don't control that. That is an indicator that was made by 2 degrees, and it is private and will remain private forever. And would you ever look to learn order flow? Um, I understand the basics of it. Um, I yeah, I mean when I trade with Leo the Tiger on NinjaTrader, I quite often have his Zoom open, and I would just watch his chart a lot of the time. The reality is NinjaTrader and Sierra chart um don't work on Mac, and I trade on a Mac, and I would have to learn Motive Wave, which I'm not against, especially with the whole trading view bug thing, which hasn't happened today. Um, so yeah, I don't know. We can go on the journey together. We can learn order flow together. Maybe we'll get Leo in here a few times and he can give us order flow lessons. Who knows? The world is our oyster. So, yeah, what Mag said, I was going to answer it. Typically, I like to align 4 hour, hourly, and 15 because, like, if you look here at this 15-minute, if you look here at this, all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get short off of these highs because they form and then they sell down. Like today would have been a nice. I would have got out probably at the 6 o'clock open, but for that, that's a 100 point move ish, a little bit less. Not really, Taj. I have a plan for the open, and typically I try not to deviate from that. But obviously, context changes things, and when the market does different things, then yeah, my plan will change. What you thinking you're gonna long here if we can get above that? Juno?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I would prefer to just wait for 10 a.m. and instead 10 a.m. like moving down and tapping into the 4 hour gap and then look for a long there
Yeah, that makes
instead
sense.
of just longing here.
How
Like on the
typical?
1 minute now we have like two candles that I can use as a breaker if we now move down into the 4 hour gap. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Alex loses power on the first day of the lab live. He's fired, chat. We have 36 viewers now. That's like a whole 5x on what we had earlier. Yeah, Alex unfortunately has lost his power. If somebody wants to learn some order flow, here's the link. I would advise you not to do that. Um, and when I say not to do that, I meant post the link. Yeah, I just don't want, yeah, it's a Notion template. I would just rather you didn't post links. I'm just going to be honest. We're just going to remove it. If you want to learn how to trade order flow, Order Flow Labs is a really, really good place to learn that. And I can vouch for those guys. Leo the Tiger is one of my good friends, and I'm happy to promote his stuff over some random stuff that I know nothing about. Honestly, Sophie, I don't know 100%. I would like to get him on. He's a very busy guy, and he streams a lot on NinjaTrader. So we'll see. I'll still be there with him every Wednesday, and I'll be there tomorrow afternoon. So nothing really changes from a NinjaTrader perspective. Um, so yeah, it's just we're in that 4 hour gap now.
yeah, I don't like the fact that it was like we tapped into it before 10 a.m.
Yeah, neither. Breathe air. What do you mean? Because I vape a lot. The other Leo? Oh, the other Leo. Leo Invest will be here. I think Leo Invest will be live with me during London tomorrow, which makes me think that he's in the UK right now. Leo, are you? Um, with your usage of AI, Opus is able to like do things at different layers over time. So like you can ask it to do one thing and dig into a problem, and it's able to remember the context of all the problems. Where Codex is like you tell it to fix something, it will fix it really well. If you tell it a problem and the problem is multi-layered, it struggles with it. Tim, you can't sign up to the lab anymore. It's closed. You actually just can't sign up to it. So there is no point of signing up to it because you can't. Sad chap, sad, no sell. Sad, sad, sad. I think it's just going to continue selling. Why did we close it? Um, there's loads of reasons why we closed it, but the general thing was that we spent a lot of time trying to evolve it and keep it running versus trading and being better traders and putting out more content. So it's like free up the time. How are the traders in the Ninja Trader Arena competition up 7K with micros? Couldn't tell you. I don't know what the competition is today. No, your membership will remain and the lab Discord will remain. We just won't accept new members and we won't charge people for their membership anymore. But it also there won't be streams there. All the streams will be on YouTube. So yeah. Gold's down at previous day high. Gold ES is on that previous 4 hour low. If we start to buy back off of this area, this could be a pretty good area for a bounce. How long? I don't know. And if it does, who knows? But we will see. Is that as of April? It's as of March. Um, I got kicked out because my membership expired. Listen, if your membership expired, um, DM DM one of us on Twitter with your email, and we'll get a link sent over to you. Oil looking good. I'm not an oil trader. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, so 10 just drove straight up here, and they rallied it straight off that 4 hour low. So like on ES, they took the 4 hour low and then bought it back up. I think this could actually just be the low. I personally would like the low taken before I look for a trade, but if they start to buy it here, then I think it could be a good long. If they reoffer this area, do I ever watch the Dixie? Not a massive amount. Hmm.
I really want to see the low get swept and then move
Yes.
higher, ideally.
Same. If they reoffer it out of here though, it's like it starts like a break for me. Yeah, they are. What do I think about the new F1 regulations? Um, I think it's good. I think it's good for the sport, makes it for a better race. You're just not going to see teams dominate, um, like they are. Obviously, Mercedes are right now, but that catch-up mechanic will be very good. Now you won't be charged, Pip. If you're still in the Discord and you have any questions, just raise a ticket, bro. It'll be easier than doing it here. Would the team ever consider opening our own prop firm? Not really. I mean, we could. Do you know how many times I've been offered investments into prop firms? Like, hey, do you want to own a percentage? Do you want to provide liquidity or whatever? Um, I've kind of always steered clear of it. I would happily, if I thought there was a really good one with a like that was going to differentiate, um, then yeah, I would happily invest. But they're all the same right now. So yeah. And there are some that are coming to market that are slightly different, but the mechanic is crazy actually. Like the way that they want to work it. I don't think it'll be that popular. Um, no, there was actually a bug with WoP last week where a lot of people got kicked from the Discord. So yeah, they're gonna buy this back here. They really are.
Yeah, looks like.
What F1 team look, I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan because he's British. He's from my um my county. So yeah, his mum lives in a town I grew up in, or close to at least. Um, so yeah, so I'm a big Lewis Hamilton fan. I'd want to see him win another title and retire. Um, but I think that Mercedes as a team is just such a great team. I I fell in love with that team for being a Lewis Hamilton fan. How much does it cost to run a prop firm? How much do you think most of these futures prop firms started with, like money in the bank? Let's play this game. How much do you think that it costs most of, or like planned, most of these futures prop firms have planned like to have money in there, um, like the money in the bank for payouts and problems, etc. 100 mil, 5 mil. That's crazy, by the way. Okay, I know for a fact that most of the successful prop firms that have started the last few years have done so with less than $1 million in the bank. In fact, it's actually a considerable amount less. FTMO have a budget of $100 million for advertisement spend in 2026. Let that fucking sink in. I don't know. All I'm saying is what I know, and a lot of them definitely haven't started with that amount of much money. This is the re-offer. They get back through here. I think I could just buy this back up to here. Yeah, but the ad budget is what? Like actually the ad budget, sorry. Much lower than you thought. 100 mil is a lot, by the way. I mean, TPT was spending a lot on advertisements. They just turned that off recently. Education right there. Yeah. I prefer longs on on NQ right now. Powering a bit, yeah, I know. It's a bit nuts, isn't it? Like obviously, like boys and girls, there's obviously a lot of money to be made in prop. But at what cost to your soul? That is one thing I will say. Because it seems stressful. I can't lie. We don't have that fucking low. Oh, but we have it's the same entry. Did the 30-second close? Yeah, it did. they go here without closing this 1 minute above it, I'll be sad, chat. Yeah. They bought it back off of the opening price. They a lot of volume to sell it lower. They bought it straight back. I'll buy one here. This is what I call stay on the right side of the market trade. So I don't want to short the hole, so I will long the hole. Um, there's logic for it without the low because of ES's swing. So ES took the low, traded higher, and now they're taking it back higher. So I don't need the low. The hourly and the 15 aren't making new lows, but I'm a 4 hour trader. I just use the lower time frames to get in. So this is like a subjective entry. But ultimately, the main thing I really want is I want to see 50% and then lower to stay with the overall trend. So this is a very risky trade. Um, but right now it very much looks like it wants to buy at least back up. And the main thing what I will do is in 6 minutes time, I will wait for the 15-minute high. And what I would do is I will wait for a new 15-minute high to get put in, and I will go break even. And if that doesn't happen if we don't put in a new high between now and my stop loss, then I won't go break even. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just the logic right now. Where we normally try and wait for everything to align, right now it's the opposite. We're not necessarily waiting for it to align. You gonna long this as well?
I really want to, but I don't know where from.
Yeah, it's hard, right? So right now my break even point is here, which is obviously quite far away. But as the new 15-minute candle prints, it will become the current 15-minute candle high, wherever that is. So yeah, we've got 5 minutes till that prints though. So between now and here, I'm like this 5 minute high. If we invert this 5 minute, we also have a 3 minute right here, right? So like my currently, it's like for me, I can see this coming back off this 5 minute high because I just can. And if we can get through this 3 minute and close above here, then I think we quite easily go into this 50% gap, this 50% reason. Um, and that's kind of like my end target. And actually, this would actually just be my logical liquidity target because that's the 3 minute. So actually, not really. I would definitely take it to the 5 minute high. Um, so yeah, so we just need to get through and close this 3 minute, and this kind of solidifies that this is more of a reversal for me. Again, the whole way I look to go break even is on 15-minute highs and lows, depending obviously my side of the market. So in 3 minutes, my break even point will move down with the market because I want to see the market move away from my entry, not back towards it.
Just for the record, I'm also long from 341,
Do you want to
which
show Juno
was
stream, guys? Okay.
Mhm. And now I'm thinking of going either taking full profit here at 376 because it's going to be too hard for me, or moving break even and aiming for 405. That's what I'm right now.
Oh, yeah, makes sense. Your TP's right here, right?
Yep.
Yep. Nice,
And
good
I'm
job.
out.
You got
I'm
out.
out to R. Yeah.
Yeah, good job, bro.
And that's probably going to be all from me this session is
What did I get in off? I got off the 1 minute after we respected the opening price. So we respected 10 a.m., right? And we respected 10 a.m. and we left this imbalance here. This, let me just remove all my drawings. We left this imbalance right here. And I just ended off of that. And my target's the logical liquidity target up here. And I will be going break even in if we can take this high. Because we have a new 15-minute candle. So if we look at the 15-minute now, if we take out this 15-minute high right here with this 15-minute candle, I do not want this trade to reverse from here. I need to see it move through here. We cleared the 3-minute right here. So again, could add here, go break even if we trade back up to the high. And yeah, that's kind of the logic for me is I basically get break even on the other side of the 15-minute candle. Yeah. And I definitely don't want to be in this trade as we approach 10:30. So the closer we get to 10:30 as well, I will probably look to leave it. Um, I'll get out of it on the way. So we have this 3-minute here. This is an area I want to see rebid. If we can get back out of here, this is looking even better actually. So as you can see here, it says this previous 15-minute high. The previous one was up here. And now it's here. So for me, when we take out this high, I'll go break even. And then I'll look to trail as we take out the other highs along the way. And if not, and it comes all the way back, I'll take a stop out. I wouldn't necessarily go break even just yet. This correction doesn't look the best, in all honesty. But we bounced off a pretty strong level. We didn't take lows, so it's a riskier trade for me. But overall, I think there is, possibility of a pullback to here or here. This is my like de-risk completely area, break even. I'll trail here and I'll also start to aggressively trail as we get back up towards that 50% mark. And then I'll let it go. I'll let the market do whatever it wants to do. The closer we get to 10:30, the more likely I am to just cut the trade because I don't want to be holding this trade through the power speech. I don't know what he intends on saying. I have no bias with that. And I wouldn't want to leave the trade on in any situation. Yeah, I always aim for break-even stops. Like that's actually part of the way that I will get in and out of the market. Like there's no reason for me to be break-even on this move. I don't want to see the low taken, and but without a high, I don't see a reason for it to go lower. It doesn't mean that it can't, and doesn't mean that it won't. There's just no reason. There's no way that I can frame it. So I look to go break even when I can frame the opposite side of the market. Although we took out this 5 minute high up here, like right now, these shorters are just getting paid. I want to see them take heat um, before we continue lower. That's basically the whole logic for it. And if the market can expand and prove me right in this situation, back up to this high, then that's what I would do. We're back down to your entry now. Is when you entered the first time, right? Off of this high.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, so Juno's trade was this, right, guys? Up to here. And where was
The stop was below, it was at 323.
yeah, so this was Juno's trade exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Right here. So basically he's using this candle as a reference point to get long off.
Yeah.
Normally. And then yeah, goes from there. So nothing really changing here for me. My invalidation is still a new low. And if it gets made, it gets made. I accept that. This is a riskier trade for me. It didn't expand into 50%, so there's no reason for me to get short. So naturally, I would either be waiting for this or, well, actually, there's no other thing. I would just be waiting for basically to trade into here. There is reason that we could just trade off of this high because the premium discount from this high to this low is right here. So this is an area I would look to actually see taken on the lower time frames. The whole move from the high to the low, 50% here, so I would like this high to be taken ultimately. So yeah, so this is like my start to de-risk completely and start to pay myself on a trade, moving like trailing my stops. This is my break-even point. And then this is my final TP. We just trade different ways, Vin, right? The order flow guys they're trading much more granular context of things. So for them, it's all about the order flow context, which I think is very confusing to a lot of people. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right or wrong. It works for them, and that's basically all that matters, right? So yeah. Quickly, if we get back through this 3 minute and we start to make closes below this low, like basically where my entry is, I would look to basically cut it, especially as we are getting very, very close to 10:30 now. We're 9 minutes away, and I think that the market is just gonna fuck around here. So yeah, I wouldn't want to take a full stop out on this because we're getting closer to that 10:30 mark. So yeah, just talking through my process in my brain right now. Yeah. Do
I
I
really
use
was
coup?
expecting more follow-up to the upside. Sorry. Go on.
No, yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, no, you're good. Don't worry. Um, I was expecting more follow up. I think we would at least take this 15-minute high,
Yeah.
maybe get some blow off here. But also, like, I can see them defending the 400s. They're front running 400s here at 380s. So it kind of makes sense. I just want to give the market some time to do its thing. Obviously, we took out this 5-minute low. So, like right now, like if we look at this from a high and low perspective, if we look on the 5-minute, they're just working these candles, right? They put in this candle.
Yeah.
This candle sells down, takes out the low, new one opens up, it would then start to take out the highs. They're just working the liquidity here. That's all they're really doing. They're not, there's no like, there's not a lot of buyers, so they're just pulling it to a point where people are willing to either buy or sell. That's just the way the market works. If buyers aren't willing to buy highs, the sellers will happily take it lower. You know, there's just a constant tug of war going on. You can see us every day, Rami. It might not be the same people every day, but the guys from the lab will be live in here every single day. We'll be live London, New York, 8 to 11, and then we're back at 2 till 4 every day. Every day. Again, like I said, it might not be the same people every day, but there'll be people here breaking down the markets, giving you context. So again, 23. With 7 minutes till 10:30. I will not be in this trade as that PAL speech starts. So 10:27, 10:28, I will be out of it. And moving on. And we'll see how the market reacts to that speech. I'm not really one to hold through high velocity events. I've just been burnt way too many times with that. You feel great when you're on the right side of it, and you feel horrible and greedy when you're not. So I'd just rather cut whatever I am in at that point, whether that's up or down. Um, I'm giving the market the time to do what it wants to do. Hello, handsome. How are you?
What up, team? Someone asked if I entered off of a order block. I did went to the 30 seconds chart once we had like that big drop like at 10:05. I went down to the 30 seconds and I saw that we swept like the internal move liquidity and used like a small breaker. Not the cleanest one, but it worked.
Just wanted to check in. Appreciate you, sir. What's the process of recruiting traders? We don't actively look to recruit traders. That's the truth. Um, yeah, as the stream becomes more developed, we'll definitely have more people on the stream. Like, you know, people that want to come on and live stream. Happy for it. The reality is, and I'll say this wholeheartedly, is live streaming isn't cut out for a lot of people. And, you know, bringing someone up randomly to stream on trade on stream, it's stressful, you know. So we aren't really getting the follow through here. I'll give this a little bit of room here, but if not, and we start to get back to entry, considering the time, I definitely don't want to grab a loser on this. I normally would be here, but considering I want to get out of this trade in the next minute or so anyway, I definitely don't want to get caught in some random velocity event that will take the money from me. Again, same logic here. Spread is 0.75 to 1. So I'm covering my spread here. And then yeah. Guys, the League of Legends account that is called Trader Kane is not me. If you haven't guessed that, because that account is playing whilst I'm streaming quite often. Um, so no, I'm not a master AD carry. Okay. However, the guy that is Max, and Max is one of my very, very good friends, and he is there. No, I've never played. I've never played that account. If you go on OPGG, you can see that he renamed his account to Trader Kane. See, there is Max, right there. These on you want to play with me? You don't want to play with me. I promise you don't want to play with me. I can promise you that. You really, really don't want to play with me. Yeah, guys. Um, I'm going to give this a little bit of room to get back above here, but I fully anticipate that this is going to stop me out here. Yeah, right now. So I would have cut that if we'd have got back up above here. But um, yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I wanted to see the follow through before the 10:30. It's not happening. And now probably what will happen is we will just trade a lot higher, knowing knowing my luck. But it's there. Two break evens on the day. That's a W in my book, to be honest. So yeah. I play very boring games, chat. Like I play games that are like text-based games. Like I actually play a game called Torn City. Does anyone know that game? That game I love. And it's actually just like AFK, can just do things, be a nuisance. Oh, I did play WoW, yeah. Yeah, I played Torn City, yeah. I actually do, bro, and I love that game. I love that game. Like actually, I love that game. If anyone wants to play that game with me, I'm happy to play that game with you. Um, it's fun. So yeah, it's like completely AFK. You don't have to be on it all the time. Just like grinding in the background reminds me of being, young. Yeah, just type Rapco in Google, yeah. Yeah, exactly. The Mafia games were the shit back in the day. And to be honest, I just kept playing it. And it's just like one of these games that I just can't stop playing. Daddy Power in 1 minute. Yeah, I know. See you tomorrow, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. Can I make a video explaining the lab model? I could. The truth of the matter is I don't really have time for it right now. The Chart Fanatics video is probably the one of the you know, honestly, Max has the best video of when he was younger and used to play Call of Duty. Like, like the quick scoping clans. Oh, it's so we when we're having a tough day, we play the video and it makes us laugh. Oh, it kills me actually.
I really want to see that one.
Oh, it's so funny. I hop back on Skype, I'm speaking to blah blah. How can I help? Yeah, he can't be a leader. Holy fuck, bro. I just hear Max laughing about it right now. Streaming London. I'll be live for London tomorrow. We're live here for another 30 minutes. Probably no more trading done for me though. Probably not for Juno. Juno got a two
No.
2-hour winner.
Mhm.
He basically closed the top of the market, which tells you Juno is trading massive size. Um, you won't link it. I know you won't. Max has gate kept that link from me. He just plays it down the mic. So yeah. We're 5 subscribers off 1,000 subscribers. So I would like it if everyone just hit the subscribe and like button. That's it. I would have really liked to know exactly how many viewers we had for the day, but YouTube was bugged. So that would just make me happy. We didn't take any losers. Grabbed a winner. What a great day. Someone said it's 300. Okay. Well, that's great. Tanya's short. I see the logic there. Like, so again, just to keep everyone like in tune with that trade, let's just put it back on exactly what it was. Where was it? Um, it was right here. My stop loss was below this low. My TP was basically all the way up here, right? And my break even point would now be here, right? As the market moves down, if it starts to take liquidity, new 15-minute high, you know, we've gone sideways for 15 minutes. If we come up here and take this but not this, I'd be break even there now. I'm not in the trade, but I'm just keeping you updated so you can understand my logic and thought process for it.
Anthony, yeah, I'm still using this tab app, not as much as before, but I'm still using it, yeah. It's still really great to like to grab context and like have your like another couple point of interest for you to start looking for market shifts or even getting something right of them. But yeah.
Gold long? Nah, not for me. Not for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no, the more time goes by, the more I think we just sweep the low.
Yeah, 100%. The live will be it will just go live on the live section of the YouTube, right? So where we're current, if you go over to the Lab Live YouTube and you see the live and the playlist button, you'll just see that, and in it will just show a VOD of all of those moving forward. So yeah, it will be here. Yeah, it will. It will be. Yeah, it will be, Mag. Yeah, nothing will be re-uploaded, but it will be there. Did you see that they're putting satellites in space to reflect sunlight around the globe? Have you seen? Has anyone seen that?
I haven't personally.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, what is Peter Steinberg doing 16,000 commits to a single GitHub in a day? That guy needs to take a break. I'm just saying that. You need a break, my boy. 16,000 commits.
There goes the low.
There you go. Great, great break even. So is the Powell speech ongoing? Is he speaking right now, or is it delayed? I fucking love Rail. That's what you just said. He's speaking at Harvard right now. Seems like a bit of a fucking waste. Yeah, you got another trade right here though. Everything's aligning now. Hourly 4 hour low, 15-minute low. Get back above, rebuy this. Stop loss is just huge at 37 points. You have a clear break-even point and you have clear liquidity halfway, you know. You have a 2.7 hour trade and you have a break-even point around 1.4 hour, so it's about halfway to your target. It's really not a horrible trade, to be honest.
Yeah, I would really like it also. Like that, this is what I wanted to see at 10.
You also have divergence with ES. ES didn't make the new low, so everything's kind of pointing back towards upside again. How many units are you taking, Gable? IU, whatever. It depends. How much you putting in the syringe is the question. It's so funny watching these power speeches. Everyone's in there like, buy gold, sell NQ, sell, 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 Bitcoin buy, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just so funny. Do we take this chat? Do we take it? Do we take it? What's the risk on it? 750 dollars on one mini. I like it. The power speech is kind of not really saying much. Um, do we, don't we? It's there. It's definitely there. They really just couldn't get back through the low though. Looks decent. Doesn't look decent right now though. And you know what? When it doesn't look decent, that's when you buy. Jobs to click the button. Please ask Power buy or sell. This chat's so that chat's so funny. Looks shit now. I would buy it personally. I mean, we're still like we're holding this level, right? When I look at 23,302, 10 a.m. midnight, we're holding this level. Okay, we spiked the low. The spiking of the low makes it better, right? We just need a good closure around here, ultimately. The sad part is it probably just goes and goes and goes from here. So it's one of those you probably have to mark it into, or they just really can't get through it. Did I hear that you buy when people panic? So funny, right? I went to Estelle Manor at the weekend, and the guys there, they're like, "What do you do for a living? Nice car, blah blah." I'm like, "Oh, I trade." They're like, "Oh, have you got any tips for us? Should I buy gold and silver right now?" I'm like, "No, you should not." Oh, my brother bought silver like 3 weeks ago. He's down 20%. I'm like, yeah. General rule is when your friends are buying stuff, you should probably just not. And when they're thinking about selling it, you should buy it from them. They're like, yeah, that's so smart. Looks like shit now. Did not get a single candle closure above, and then it dies. New low. You also have the IB here, right? The look below and fail.
Oh, true.
I'm trying to figure out how we could have got into a trade here, but we took no liquidity on the way down. In fact, if you would have trailed to a 5 minute high every time, you would have been still in the trade. So, like for me, I think that this sell-off is a little bit too easy, which makes me think that they are going to run something, then die. So it does leave me a little bit little bit bullish still. And I actually like this entry way better, because it's a much smaller stop loss. So if we are going to be wrong and keep going lower, then it's there. Um, we still same 15-minute high. In 3 minutes, we would have a new 15-minute high right here, which is even better actually.
We also
Um,
tapped into an hourly gap, just so you
yep,
know.
did we?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, new hourly low, new hourly low here, new 4 hour low here. Get back above and through. This could just all get ran, and that's like the idea, right? Building engineering liquidity. ES is still not taking the low, which could be a good or a bad thing.
Looks like yes, it's going for the low now.
Yeah. They're defending it. It's entry is just moving down. I would wait a minute at least, see if they make a new 15-minute low here. Why don't I trade oil? Um, I just don't. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. I need a minute closure above that level, so 46. If not, I'm not interested in that. 'Cause we have the hour, we have a new hour, we have a new 4 hour, no 15-minute low. ES just took it though, so that actually it's the same entry here, isn't it? Yeah, 12 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck them. How about that one? I'm in. I like it. Didn't get any closure for me though. Absolutely none. And we limited the moment it closed and it just flew up. Flew up 30 points. 40 now, 50 now. And I would not take that anymore because I wouldn't want to take it on a 50-point pullback. So I think we are done. They really hate us. Sometimes they do.
Yeah, they
Sometimes they
do.
don't.
See you, Mac.
See you later, guys. Likewise, done for the day. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. We'll hang around here till 11. We'll see what
Mhm.
happens, and then we'll wrap up at 11. Yeah, nah. No, 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 definitely not. Would like that like context matters. What happened here that would mean we wouldn't want to be in the trade now. Anyone got the right answer? Let's have a test. Why would I not want to take this trade right here? What is the reason? Now, at least. Do I trade Asia? Bro, I'm asleep during Asia. I live in the UK. The Asia session is my sleeping time. The 15-minute high, we're break even already. Bingo. But even before NQ took it, ES took it, which means I would not want to see that price retrace back to my entry. So, however I was in, I would be getting out of it on the way back down. Already hit, yeah. It's just one of those days. And honestly, coming off of a Monday without a loser is good for me, to be honest, because Mondays are typically a bad day for me. And Tuesdays are typically a good day. So Monday sets up into Tuesday. It means that we have better trading opportunities tomorrow. And tomorrow I will be live during London and New York, and then I'll be on Ninja Trader in the evening, full day for me. I will be back here this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Again, expect some very low liquidity. Um, very few trades probably from me. So, um, I don't want to be in the market a lot this morning if I get another look at it later on. And then, yeah, full week and lots of news. So, not losing money in a market like this is good, in my opinion. Oh, gosh, I'm tired. I had a long weekend. I did have a great weekend, actually. Yeah, it was a great, great weekend. I went to Estelle Manor with a few friends, and that's always a good time, to be honest. Any questions from anyone? Got 9 minutes before we wrap up. Where's Alex? Alex unfortunately had his power cut. He hasn't paid the bill. So if you don't pay your power bills, it gets cut off. What can I say? And I know you guys can be like, Kane, why don't you pay his power bill? Nah, not doing it. Any tips for London session? Expect continuation. If you expect continuation more often than not, if you take a stop out, then it's most likely a reversal. Any shorts? No, I've actually taken 2 longs today and it's got stop break even on both. And the one short we wanted, we didn't get an entry on, but we would have been out of that. Dude, ice came for him. Do you have any limits on trades? I don't necessarily set a limit. I think a good limit for most people is two. If you're trading more than two times, you're probably not good enough to do that. Um, do you see that chat? He goes, can confirm ice did in fact come for me. So he said. So Alex is moving back to Mexico. Um, it was a fun ride, mate. Hopefully the internet's good in Mexico. Um, and yeah, so we ideally wanted shorts, but we still want shorts. We just want shorts from an area that makes sense, 50%. So until then, I'm going to look for retraces back to there. Give it a chance to go break even on it. We didn't get an entry on this one. We got break even on the previous. Juno caught a 2R winner. Shout out,
Thank you.
Um, and yeah, and we kind of just wait. Any reason you weren't looking for Asia low to be taken? Um, for me, I still think we trade higher, right? Like we've taken that 4 hour low, rallying off a previous day low, 4 hour low, retrace. I want to see a retrace into this area to then sell it again. We have an hourly low, so for me, what I'd anticipate is that this closes and we get some sort of expansion away from it. And if we can trade to the other side of this range, take out this hourly high, stall back into the PM session, I think we sell off. Was a nice gold long. I don't know about you, but I saw gold melt 40 points or more actually from the high of the 60 points lower. So yeah. Does discretion play a role in your trading? Yeah, I think every manual trader has a subjective amount of discretion. Some people will sit there and say that they don't and they trade a completely mechanical model. Sure. Um, if you're manually trading and something could be completely 100% mechanical, then I would say to you, why are you manually doing that? I'd rather live my life and let a robot trade something that was 100% mechanical that returned edge over time. But the most important thing that, I think a lot of people overlook is regime. And right now, oil is obviously a big hedge. The market is not growing, it's shrinking because oil, I don't know about you guys, but I filled up my car at a weekend. It cost me £200. Yes, I buy the expensive fuel, but £200 is still a lot of money. Um, so the average person is suffering, which means they're not spending money, which means the economy is shrinking. So then inflation might be shrinking, might be growing. We don't know yet, because we don't track that. So yeah, and oil finally broke above $100 and it's holding, right? Broke above $100 over the weekend and it's holding. They're defending $100. If we open up CL right now, for the longest time, you could have just sold. You could sell $100 and make money. I think it's changing to you can buy $100 and make money. You know, they're protecting $100 very, very well. So, yeah, the regime is important. Anyway, before we head off, please hit the like and subscribe button. Mainly so I can track how many people attended the stream today. Um, I appreciate all of you, and we will be doing this every single day. So that is another reason that you should just subscribe, so that we can notify you when we go live. Um, it was a pleasure. Any closing words from you?
Yeah, thank you for everyone for tuning in. Like, I think it was a really nice stream for the first one. And as Ken said, we're going to be here every day, both London and New York. So it's just getting started. I think it's going to be fun. Yeah, thank you everyone so much.
Do we all want to take a minute to laugh at The Rock, Tiny PP, John Wicky, Tiny PP? Do we want to just make a laugh at that guy? We can just all laugh at him for a second.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Don't know. Don't know.
That's funny.
Anyway, we're getting the rally.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
I had like a 30-second breaker marked out, and we just tapped into it and run.
Yeah. Um, yeah, what was that about? Some people just have, mental illness problems, and some people are just him. So yeah. No, I can't speak for the entire human race. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Um, but we can time him out for a little bit. He can come back tomorrow. He can troll us a bit more. There's one thing about me. I like trolls. I'm for them. I'm
Mhm.
pretty good at it. So anyway, guys, appreciate every single one of you. Um, we'll see you tomorrow. I'll be live at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So be sure to drop by. And yeah, and we'll go from there. Appreciate every one of you. We'll see you very soon. Ciao.
Wow.